Okay, so good morning or good afternoon, whichever applies. This is math intervention. So math intervention. I want to return to something that we started last week. Alright, so the idea that I was sharing with you is actually something that I also saw in a textbook. So some other author picked up on my idea. Learning objective. How do we use a simpler approach than the percent proportion when solving percent problems? So instead of using percent over 100 equal part over whole, we may use one of the following two easy equations according to the given context. These equations are called the percent equations. So if we're trying to find a part, we do what? We multiply. If we're trying to find a whole, we divide. Again, if we're trying to find a part, we multiply. If we're trying to find a whole, we divide. If we're trying to find a part, we multiply by the percent. If we're trying to find a whole, we divide by the percent. If we're trying to find a part, we multiply by the percent. If we're trying to find a whole, we divide by the percent. Okay? If we're trying to find a part, we multiply by the percent. So part, we multiply. Whole, we divide. And think about it. If you have a whole, you want to divide the whole, isn't it true? You have a whole, you want to divide it. So part we multiply, whole we divide. Part we multiply, whole we divide. Part we multiply, whole we divide. Just remember, this whole you want to divide. This whole you want to divide. And we'll see how this comes in. Alright, so we're going to work on some problems right away. Okay, so start looking at some problems. So the first one, how do I do? Okay. Use your calculators. So we're using here with calculators. Okay. So what number is 12% of 150? So in this case, 12% of 150, we are obviously looking for the part. Okay, so part of. Okay, so we're looking for part of. We're looking for part. Okay, or rather I should actually write it down here. We're looking for part. This right here is a part. The number here, what number? It's a part. How do I know it's part? Because it tells me what number is 12% of 150. And the 150 would be the whole. The 150 would be the whole. Okay? So 150 here would be the whole, okay? So I use my equation. I want to find the part. So part, okay, is equal to part is equal to the percent multiplied by the whole. That's what the part is. It's a percent multiplied by the whole. Okay, so you can literally go into your calculator and hit 12%, okay, times 150. How do you do that in the calculator? That's going to be 12 second, okay, slash multiplied by 150, okay. And I think that will give you something is bothering me here. Okay, something is bothering me here, so we have to work this out in the calculator. I do not have my calculator with me now, okay? But anyway, from what we studied earlier, that's going to be 12% times 150, okay? So 12% times 150, which I know 12% is the same as 0.12. Again, percent means I change your decimal. I take a decimal point 2 places back, okay? And that will give me 18, okay? So the part is 18. For those of you who are having a hard time doing this, you can think of it 12% times 150 is just the same as 12 slash 100, because percent means over 100 times 150. You can do that in the calculator and you will still get 18. Okay, so 18 is the number that is 12% of 150. Okay, 18 is a number that is 12% of 150. Alright, so we'll move on to another problem. Okay, and I apologize for the previous error. I just cannot do this video over. Really takes me a lot of time to do these videos. So the next question that comes to us, we're going to do this as we do. Okay, so now 21 is what percent of 40? 21 is what percent of 40? And so there's an equation that I needed to write. The third equation I needed to write should be obvious to you, okay? 21 is what percent of 40? So another equation is percent is equal to part divided by whole. Okay? Percent is part divided by whole. So in this case, it's going to be part is 21 and the whole is 40. So percent is part divided by whole, which is going to be 21 divided by 40. Okay, and that's 21 divided by 40 is going to be equal to 0.525. And again, you can convert this in your calculator to a percent. This is just by moving the decimal point 2 places over, or you can say 0.525 times 100%, or you can use your calculator. You're going to get 52.5%, okay? That's the answer. Okay. Does anybody see, can anybody see here that when they say 21 is what percent of 41, all they're asking you is to convert the fraction 21 over 40 to a decimal? That's all they're asking you. So if you got a test with 40 points and you only scored 21, your score would be 52.5%. That's all they're asking you. You see it? Okay. So percent is part divided by whole. Okay. So while you're copying that, I will start writing down the other problem. So take a minute to copy that. Take a minute to look at that. Okay. And so now that we do number 3. This time it asks you 13 is 26% of what number? 13 is 26% of what number? So here 13 is the part. The what number we don't know is a whole. Okay, that's the number we don't know. That's a whole. And we are going to find the whole. So then using our equation, we know that the whole, okay, so the solution here, the whole is equal to the part. Remember, when we have the whole, what do we want to do with the whole? We always want to divide it up. So it's equal to the part divided by the percent. Okay, which in this case is 13 divided by 26%, which you can do in your calculator as 2 ways to do this. You can do 26% is the same as 0.26. Okay, you can do that, and in that case you are going to get, you're going to get 50. Okay, or you can do 13 divided by 26%, and your calculator is the same as 13 divided by, what does 26% mean? It means 26 out of 100. So it's 26/100, the fraction, okay? 13 divided by 26/100, which gives you the same thing, 50. So the whole that we're looking for is 50. In other words, 26% of 50 is equal to 13. In other words, 13 is 26% of 50. Okay? Alright. Finally, I hope you're paying attention. Finally, we're going to come to a word problem. And if time permits, in this intervention, you have a chance to work on a few problems on your own. Okay? So, we're going to do a redo word problem. Okay, and I think that's number 4. So, A survey found that 25% of people aged 18 to 24 gave up their home phone and only use a cell phone. Okay? If 3,264 people only use a cell phone, okay, how many people were surveyed? Now this calls for a little bit of thinking, not a lot, just a little bit of thinking. Now, if you look at the people who were surveyed, only 25% of them said that they gave up their home phone. So this 25% must be the part, isn't that true? Can you see that? And how many people were surveyed in all has to be the whole. Is that right? So you want to solve for the whole. And again, the whole is equal to, remember when you have the whole you want to divide, is equal to the part divided by the percent. Okay? Which in our case becomes the part, which is 3,264 divided 3,264 divided by 25%, which you can do as 3,264 divided by 0.25. Okay. Or if you have your calculators, you can do it as 3,264 divided by 25%. It's the same as 3,264 divided by 25 slash 100. Because that's what percent is. Percent is number of 100, amount of 100. And if you do that in your calculator, you will get that 13,056 people were surveyed. Okay? 13,056 people were surveyed. Okay, so 13,056 people were surveyed. Okay, so that is the end of this lesson. As far as the we do, if time permits, we'll be working on some you do, some independent poems. Enjoy the video, study, learn,